everybody, how's it going? It's a little bit crazy here, as you can imagine. Things are starting to be moved from wherever you are. If you get up, the likelihood is the chair might go. So it's I'm sitting firmly here for a little while so we can do our tile 572. 72? Gosh, 573. Let's get this right. And what have I done? I've got a regular tile. I've inked a little bit of it with some blue. I've spritzed it with water and then literally just let it dry. I've got some in that corner there. I've not done the whole tile, just a little bit of it. And first things first, I'm going to come in with pencil, as we do quite a lot of the time, so that's fine. I'm just going to take my watch off as well, because it'd be nice to not have that clicking around. So, okay, first thing then, let's have a look. Let's go a bit bigger, shall we, so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. So in this bottom edge, I want to put myself let's have a look, a bit of a bubble here. Not quite touching the bottom edge, but there it is. All right. And I'm going to do one sort of here as well. So it's sort of sitting there, like so. Okay. Happy with that? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw that in with pen now I'm happy with it. And of course, if you've got your red ruler, you could use one of the circle shapes in that. What's downstairs in my office. So I'll do it freehand, which is fine. Okay. All right. So then let's do a little bubble inside there. I'm going to go around it a few times just to kind of reinforce it there. Okay. Yeah. And I'm going to put some little lines coming sort of from the outside. Let's go in a little bit more, see? Just to give it a little bit of interest in that. I'm not splitting the space up and segregating them because they're quite straightforward to do in that essence. So, and you know, you're not going to worry if they're a little bit out of kilter. That's fine. Okay, look like little donuts, don't they? Okay. So, next little bit, I want to put myself a line between the two. Oh, hi everybody. Okay. Into that there. And then I'm going to come sort of out here. See, like that. And then on this section, I'm going to kind of put myself a little bit of a sort of curved line, like that. And then join the two together and put a little filler in there. Okay, so let's go out a little bit. I'm coming back in pencil for a moment, because what I want to do here is have a little bit of a sort of a gap piece like that. See? And then I'm going to draw up a little line. So it's slightly angled. Again, if you've got a straight edge, you can do that. I'm going to go freehand with it. And then at the top, again, going to have a little bit of a sort of cylinder shape. Let's go in a little bit so you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to put that in pen. See, I've put like a little bobble on the top there, like that. And then I'm going to come all the way down and join that to that bottom section there. So that's sort of curved a little bit bigger than the little piece here. Okay, like that. See? And this bit here, pencil again. I'm going to bring out like a little kind of handle shape in pencil. And then if I put some little angled lines in with pen, and I can curve them slightly at the top and the bottom, look. It gives us a little bit of a grip on the top of that little kind of handlebar there. Okay, let's have a look at where we're at so far. There you go, look at that. Okay, I'm going to come in with pencil for a minute. Put the pen to one side. I'm going to start sort of here. I'm going to bring it up a little bit of a kind of a box shape. I want to put a lid. My lid's going to be just a little bit wider. Go see than the actual box itself. Like so. Okay, let's go in a bit. And then I want a little bit of a fasten here, so one there, like one there. Enough so I can kind of put a little fasten there. Okay. So I'm going to do another. This time I want it slightly kind of wonky. So it almost looks like it's falling. Again, just make that lid a little bit bigger. Like so. And again, I'm going to have a little clasps on it there and there. So let's do another. Again, this one's going to be slightly more, when I say more precarious, I'm going to put a line here, like this. And then turning it round, I want to have the sides, but I don't want to go right the way out there, so I'm going to bring it back here. Have it sticking out a little bit. Like that. So it's like going behind. Okay, I'm not going to have clasps on that one. I'm going to leave that one as is. Okay. Right. Yeah, I like that one. So what we're going to do is put one sort of here. And again, notice it's, okay, I'm going to put a little lid on that. Maybe just have one clasp there, look. See where we're at. Okay. So I'm going to put sort of one on the top here. Again, it's going to look a little bit like it's not quite balanced. Like so. Okay, we're not going to put anything on that. I'm going to leave that as is. And so here, we're going to change it up a little bit. And I'm going to put a little bit of an oval shape in. Like so. And then inside, quite close to the edge, I'm going to put another. And imagine that we've got a little bit of a handle. It's going to come under and it's just going to sort of sneak through there. And again, I'm going to put some little lines on. And then sort of here, let's just put in a bubble. So it's kind of holding that in place almost. Put a little line across that as well. Okay, let's get this in. Let's have a look at what's going on here first. So in we come with pen. And I'm going to put the sides in. I'm going to put those little clasps in first. Like that. Do the sides of the lid as well. I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to put a little kind of curve on the top of those. Let's go in a little bit, you see? A little curve. And then put the rest of the box lid in. Here we are. Okay, so there's my first one. So I'm going to put the others in now. Same sort of way. See that way, and then put a little curve on the top. Right. Curve on the top. That's. I'm going to put those lines in first. And then those lines. One there, look. And fill that one in. Like so. Let's do this one. So you see, I'm doing all my verticals first, kind of thing. And then I can turn it round. And then I can do, which are essentially verticals again. Matching everything up. See, let's do this one. So, this one doesn't have any clasps or anything there, so I can just come on in, draw that one in. This one here, I'll put that one in. Thank you, Tommy. Cup of tea time. Being that he's in between removals.
Yes, me and John are going now. That's why I
Okay.
made a cup of tea.
Is Dobby still whining that he can't come with you?
Yes, he is.
Gosh.
He is very grumpy at the minute.
He is, isn't he? He doesn't like change.
No.
He did try to saw a shelf in half earlier. It was a bit interesting taking that saw off him. Didn't mind, but it was metal when he was using a saw for wood. Doesn't quite go. Okay, let's put a little bit of a grid in here. Right. First this way. And then let's go this way. Okay. And sort of just around the edge, we're just going to put a couple of little sort of bumps there. A little bit of a tennis racket fitting in. Okay, let's have a little look at where we're at. All right, we've got a trolley with quite a few boxes on there. And a lot going for it. It's not been packed very well. But, as if by magic, they're all staying on there. Okay. So, let's look at this first one here. I'm going to come in pencil. And I'm going to sort of put across this one. We don't know what's in this box. We're going to put in capital letters fragile. All right. And then I want to put like a kind of a rectangle around it. And then I'm going to have a couple of like little bits of sticky holding it in place. Maybe one across the edge there, so completely random. Let's put that in pen. Now I'm happy with that, where that is. Let's put the words in first, the letters. Then the little sticky tapes. All right. And then we can put the shape around it, like so. And then of course I'm going to do a thin like little border shape. Okay, so we've got something going around it and little kind of angled lines inside that there. All the way around. They don't have to be exact, it's just a little bit of a gesture there. Okay. So, words on this one then. I'm going to put in, this is all about Dobby, isn't it? So, most important thing. Here we go. Going to have Dobby's socks in there. Dobby's socks. He's got lots of them. And here we're going to have, again, I'm going to put all this in pen to sort of get, pencil to get me going. Just want to make sure that the words are going to fit where we've got the space. There's his clothes. Okay. So here we're going to have, see if I can get this in, look, sweets and snacks. And then this one we're going to have, again I'm going to write it all in pencil first. Dobby's ideas. And he's got lots of them, trust me. Here we go, keep out. Okay. Right, let's get those in pen now. Now of course you could have anything in these boxes. You could have all your crafty stash. Pens and pencils, photographs, anything you like. You could, you know what would be nice as well? You could use the truck out of the autumn booklet and the stencil, and you could draw the truck and have all these boxes in the back of the truck we didn't have the space to sort of draw a truck on the tile here, not all the time, so you could actually mix it up and do that. That would be really fun. And the Dobby sat in the driver's seat. That would be scary. That's it. This is obviously on its way out to the truck, isn't it? Oh, Dobby's ideas. Who knows what's in that box? Nobody knows. Okay. Keep out. Okay. And just to sort of help with the situation, it's the weather's not been that good here today, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some little raindrops in, sort of at a slight angle, keeping them quite small. Yep. So at the moment we've actually got no door and no door frame in at the side of the building. He's going to come put that back in later today, so that's been open all day. Where's the sun when you want it? Hey, it's all you know, a bit damp and miserable out there now. Get a little bit of rain. Let's have one so it looks like it's sort of dropped. A couple of little splashes, look. Almost look like little birds, don't they, put on the ground. So yes, it's interesting. Mind you, I suppose it's a bit cooler, it's easy to sort of move machinery around and things like that. So there we go. I'm going to sort of move my rubber over this text just to get rid of any pencil. And on my little tennis racket. You didn't know Dobby played tennis, do you? Him and Donkey have a match every couple months or so. And, you know, meet on the tennis court and then go for, you know, the odd pina colada. All right, let's have a look then. I'm going to bring my pencil in. So I'm not going to bring any colour in on this today. I'm going to sort of kind of shade it as is. So start with this bottom box, and just underneath these little marks here, I'm going to come in and add some pencil under the lid. A little bit down the side, not all side, but on that edge, look. A little bit on those. Just a couple of touches on the lid there. Gonna go kind of round a little bit of my wheels and tyres there. I suppose it's a good job they're still like pumped up. They've got a bit of air in them. It's a little bit on the ball. Let's go in a little bit so you can see that. Same sort of thing on the next box. A little bit of pencil look. Put on the side. Tennis racket, I'm going to put a little bit on this side like that. Then of course just a touch around the edge. Back to another box. And sort of add a couple of bits in there. Now this fragile one, let's go up the side a bit. And then I want to sort of make that look a bit more 3D, so a bit of shading around there, maybe a touch at the top. Same around here. Yeah. Okay, I might come in and put a little bit more detail in places in a little bit, but just for now, I have a little bit of pencil in there. Oh, sorry, there you go. Okay, Tortillon. So, let's start where I finished. I'm just going to sort of soften everything up. And sort of ease it round. Not trying to make too much of it because, you know, it's going to be quite a bit of a shaded affair today. Look. thank you for everybody watching the little video earlier. I had to nip over there because of sorting the sign out for the front of the building, so thought it would be an ideal opportunity to let you all have a little bit of a look. It's still a lot of work to do, but for now we're getting there. Let's see. Okay. So in and soften off all these edges there. Just going to get rid of that little bit there. Don't need that on the edge. And same on this one. Okay. So I'm just going to come back in with my pen for a minute. Let's have a little look. There we go. I just want to have just a couple of little what's going on here then? Oh, a couple of little claws coming out there. Who could that be? Possibly. Let's put a little corner piece in. There you go. And then I think out of let's have a look, the little clothes here. I think we should have something kind of coming out as a little bit of, who knows what that is, something falling out of his box. There you go. And see where we've got this little ball. I'm going to put some little lines on it. Sometimes it's nice to come back and put these little details in afterwards, because it just gives it a little bit of interest, and it means that the blackness hasn't been sort of covered up by the pencil. So some little stitch lines there too. Okay. And then here I'm going to sort of bring in like a little gap, so it looks like that's sort of the opening of our box, and Fragile's been stuck over the top of it. Okay. It's going to add a little bit more blackness down one side and the other. Just sort of give that tire a little bit of 3D. And I'm going to do the same on the opposite side, on the inside one, like that. Let's bring it up to scratch there. I just want to bring in a little bit more darkness just on the bottom of that handle, like so. I think I'm just going to have a look, bring a little bit of blue in. Got a nice shot, but just want to add a touch to those little raindrops there. Still a little bit of blue, if you can. So across the bottom there. And in and along there. Okay. Oh, I think we need to have something there, don't we? A little bit of colour. So I'm going to go with a bit of red. Could be anything. So I'm just not going to overdo it. It's going to look like something's hanging out, of course. Maybe a handkerchief, maybe part of a shirt. Who knows? Okay, last thing to do then, bit of a signature. All right. So, short and sweet today in a sense, but I'm sure you can appreciate we've got a lot going on at the minute, but it's been real nice just sharing half an hour with you and having a little bit of fun with something a bit different. So, okay, make of it whatever you will. You can, improve on it. You can change bits and pieces, have it for whatever suits you. But other than that, enjoy everybody and take care, and I will catch you again. Oh gosh, if you're around YouTube, Crafters TV on Thursday. Other than that, I'll see you back here on Friday for our next tile. So enjoy and stay safe, everybody. Take care. Bye.